for a scene that is on screen for almost 12 minutes, we prepped it for about 3 months, shot it for 10 days, and then you, the audience, gets 12 minutes.
You hit him with the truck.
Yeah.
As a layman, I don't know anything about stunts. Can you just explain the three sequences that are available in the trailer? The first one is the one-up, which is just brilliant.
And we're attempting one of the longest one-ers ever been done in film.
The one-er, which is kind of our flagship action sequence of the film, read like a Bourne action scene or a Bond action scene.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of car chases, and I saw it in my mind that I'd seen, if you've seen The Winter Soldier, you see how, Joe's kind of sense of action is great and super energetic and kinetic, and I read it that way. But I thought to myself, with our schedule, we don't have a Marvel schedule. We don't have a James Bond budget,
Mm-hmm.
So how are we going to do this without it looking like we tried and just couldn't do it? I didn't go into the movie with this idea. I saw during rehearsals how skilled Chris Hemsworth was. I was like, man, we should try to do this as a one-er
Mm-hmm.
and feature his abilities. And even more so, it's important for the story. It's like you grab the audience by the shirt collar and you yank them out of their chair and you say, we're going to rescue this kid. And you do it in real time with Chris Hemsworth. Preparation took probably 3 months, through all the logistics and building these special cars and rehearsing with all the actors and stunts and getting locations ready. So it's for a scene that is on screen for almost 12 minutes. We prepped it for about 3 months, shot it for 10 days, and then you, the audience, gets 12 minutes.
The second one is when Tyler Rake takes on the Bangladeshi goons to save Ovi.
Well, the process always begins with a script.
Okay.
And it could be very different from the final product, but it always starts with the script, and the goal is to tell a story and to put obstacles in the way of your hero that he has to overcome. And generally, a very entertaining way to do that is through stunts and action. But I take that as a blueprint. I don't read the script and say, I have to do exactly what the page says, because I think sometimes, as my job as a stunt coordinator in the past, and then the action designer kind of by upbringing, is to take what's on the page and try to make it better, do something different, do something unique, and to make sure that the action is story driven and character driven, which means we're moving the story forward or revealing something about character. So the stunt team takes the stunt doubles and they will choreograph fights and shoot it, and then you present it to the director.
Oh.
And they look at it, and my team would bring it to me, and I'd look at it, and I go, I like it, but I feel like at this moment we need a little more of whatever that might be, a little more, a bigger stunt here, or let's do something with the environment. There's too much hand to hand. Let's grab a cup off of the table and hit the guy in the face, and then have him fall. And so I would add my own ideas, but a lot of the the big blueprint comes from the stunt team, and that's because that's what they're there for. So the finished product of that scene is quite different than the written script of that scene.
And the third one is the standoff on the bridge.
And the last one with the bridge sequence, we tried to, at this point, since we'd had a lot of hand-to-hand combat and a lot of exciting action, make sure the third act is all about story.
Kid, you trust me?
No.
Good.
But what does Rake need? What's the goal? And we're trying to tell big stories and weave all these different threads that we've started in this picture and bring them to a conclusion. So we picked a bridge because it was just kind of a visual location, and it clearly marked where you had to start and the finish line where you had to reach safe. And so we marked our hero's progress through that by using the bridge. And we wanted to do a lot more of the gun techniques, because he's the big challenge here is overwhelming odds. So the
Mhm.
sheer number of people that he has to try to get past is what was the obstacle, and that's hard to do with fist fights. So we, did more gunfighting, and it was really a place to feature. For me, it was all about featuring Saju,
Uh-huh.
and he got to do some really cool stuff. And he was always one of my favorite characters in
Mm.
the script, and so I really wanted to feature him and his fighting style and just show how tough and skilled he
Mhm.
was, so that he was like an even match with Tyler.